This is the World Life Believers Community Church, and I am Yisa Kevin. I want to use the occasion of today to say a happy birthday, happy melodious birthday to my father in the faith, my prophet, my mentor, my teacher, God's servant, Reverend Olusegun Onayinka. Happy birthday to you, Daddy. May 11 is a glorious day. May 11 is a day to reckon with. It's a day that many generations will yet come to celebrate. Because May 11, it's a day to celebrate God's servants. My pastor, Pastor Olusegun Onayinka of the Saints Community Church, Nigeria. I'm grateful for the privilege to be able to say good words about my daddy, my prophet, my mentor, my teacher, God's voice to me. I'm grateful that over the years has been a walk from steadfastness to steadfastness in the work of in the service of our Lord Jesus Christ. I'm happy, Daddy, because May 11 is here to celebrate countless virtues, impactful virtues at that. It's a celebration of so much that words cannot quantify, words cannot fully qualify. Yes, it's a celebration of God's work in the life of a man who God has used to chart the course of many in life and in ministry. A man to whom God has committed the path of several men and the lives of many ministries into as far as the faith, the Christian faith is concerned. Thank you very much, Daddy. Every day, I believe, is to honor God's servants. Because impact does not come cheaply. Impact, transforming impact does not fall from the tree like ripe fruits. Impact is labored for. Impact is something you dig for. Impact is sacrificed for, is sweated for. And when we see impact, we recognize impact. Thank you very much, Daddy. Thank you for the impact in the ministry of Christ and even in our lives, in the natural. I look back to my contact with Pastor. It was 2013, early 2013. I came across a book, which happened to be a note of one of the conferences, World Changers Conference, the Ministers Conference, Pastors Ministry. That was in the year 2012. It was held. I went through the notes. I glanced through the notes, and immediately I made up my mind that I was going to be in that conference. I began to ask questions. The note belonged to an elder brother and minister then. I asked only to discover that the conference was not going to hold until December that year. I made up my mind that I was going to be in the conference. And God, who answers the yearning of the heart, helped me to meet with Pastor by sitting under Pastor. That was the first time was at Reverend McCankin's meetings. Saints Community Church was hosting Reverend McCankin's. That was at Avila Event Center. And I sat down there that weekend. It was a life transforming meeting, Daddy. It was the very first time I sat, and a whole lot of things became clear in just a weekend. Christianity made sense to me. I made up my mind that I was going to be in subsequent meetings. The next one was at Campus Bible Faith Conference that later held in the University of Ibadan. I was there, and then from there, Campus Ministry Congress at OAU. That was hosted by Reverend Alabi, and I was there in the crowd with a couple of my friends, and we sat there, and again, I was tremendously blessed that day. Believers Convention was the next meeting, and I was at Believers Convention 2013, where Daddy taught on our fellowship with the Son. I cried throughout the meeting. There was so much insight. Christianity was made clear to me. I can't forget Daddy. The next meeting was at World Changers Conference, the Almighty World Changers Conference, 2013. And I sat through all those sessions, went through the prayer sessions, the marathon prayer sessions, and then I sat while you taught the 12-hour teaching on the charismatic ministry. And Daddy, it's been from one point to another in my Christian walk. I am grateful, Daddy. Daddy, today, May 11, is a celebration of grace. It's a celebration of impactful living. It's a celebration of not just a leader, but a father. It's a celebration of an extension of Kennedy Ministries. His mandate, his ministries in the name of the Lord. Thank you very much, Daddy. Daddy, you have consciously and unconsciously charted, my course and the course of many others. You have shown us what the call means. You have shown us, you have made clear to us the call that we have received. You have made it clear to us. Daddy, you have shown us what Jesus will be looking out for to see on the day of reward. And our recently concluded conference, Christ Drive You Conference, it was all about what you have taught, Daddy, and what you have ministered. The mission you have showed us, the fruits that you have showed us. Thank you, Daddy, for systematic theology. Thank you for making the move of the Spirit clear to us. Thank you, Daddy, for teaching us on the virtues of ministry and life, on diligence, on grit, on passion, on zeal, on loyalty, on commitment, on sacrifice, on service, on faithfulness, on steadfastness, on focus, on loyalty in the natural and even in the spiritual. You are a model, Daddy, of what loyalty is. Daddy, I'm grateful. Thank you, Daddy, for the books, by the learning events, the conferences, the instructions. Thank you so much, Daddy, for the one-on-one times and meetings with you. Thank you for opening up for me. Thank you for the access that you give to me, Daddy. Thank you, Daddy, for teaching me diligence, for teaching me passion, zeal, love work, focus. Thank you, Daddy, for teaching me on loyalty, commitment, grit, ardor, sacrifice, service, faithfulness, loyalty in the natural and even in the spiritual. Daddy, I am grateful. Daddy is a man that silently will fund and finance the ministry of many others with millions and billions without making a noise about it. Thank you, Daddy. You have left us with no choice than to serve the Lord like you are doing, Daddy. I'm too small, Daddy, to pray for you. I'm too small. But these are my earnest desires, Daddy. And I know that the God that answers prayers hears me, and He will do as I desire. Daddy, you continue to wax bolder and stronger as the years pass by, Daddy. No evil comes near your habitation. No idle words fulfilled concerning you, Daddy. God's grace will continue to blaze valiantly, Daddy. And I pray that I will continue to walk and to receive of that which God has deposited in you for me, Daddy. Thank you very much, Daddy. Daddy, I want you to know that you have a seed here in the city of Ilorin. You have a seed here in the Word Life Believers Community Church that is growing every day, every week, every month, that is increasing every year, Daddy. I want to say thank you. I know that you know, Daddy, that you have a son here, and that continually, Daddy, there's so much to receive, and I've acknowledged that. I'm very grateful, Daddy. Friends, loved ones, fellow ministers, if you are listening to these few words of mine, please help me, join me, and say happy birthday to God's prophet, God's vessel.